Everybody, Ralph Havens here, Autoimmune Answers. And today I was thinking this morning, as I was doing my meditation, peace process, matrix, everything to set up the day, I was thinking how some of my motivations. Yesterday we just had the last track meet in a little summer series that they have here in Bellingham. And Ben and I have been running the mile every week. And he's had some goals, and he got some of his beginning goals. He didn't get his ultimate goal for the year, but he ran really fast, a lot faster than I ran. I didn't run that fast till till I was really a freshman in high school, and he's only 7 years old. So he's having a great time, and we're having a lot of fun. And one of my motivations is in life is to set things up so that Ben and Baden can have a good life, right? That's the thing to do. And so, we feed them good food instead of when I was a kid, it was the modern era starting, and we got TV dinners because it was modern. And, Ben was breastfed by Jen, and I wasn't, because back then the medical system said that formula was cleaner and more scientifically proven to be better for babies than mother's milk. That's crazy, right? How can people even think that? But that's what was the prevailing thought. And so I wasn't even breastfed. But our boys have been breastfed, and because we know it's good. And we know now that antibiotic resistance is on the rise, and there's going to come a time pretty soon when that antibiotics are not going to even be an option because there's so many resistant bugs. So when I was a kid, I got lots of antibiotics, and even got them every 6 months for my dental stuff. Turns out that wasn't needed. And so, we know stuff now to keep our little boys safe and healthy, and so they can get their full potential. And, I just look at him and I go, wow, so much potential, so much that he can do. And if we just don't poison him, and we don't do things that hurt him in some ways, and we do things that nourish him, his full potential can be realized. It was lead in gasolines back when, I think I might have been in that era. I'm not sure when they took that out, but for 10 years, the United States knew that lead lowered IQ in children, but they didn't take it out of the gasoline for 10 more years. So now fluoride is a thing that lowers IQ. It's been totally shown in the peer-reviewed literature, yet it's in so much drinking water. And so, that's one of our motivations to come up here and go live in a place that doesn't fluoridate water, because it causes a lot of problems, especially in little boys. Vaccines are another thing, vaccine safety. And so we got really educated on the vaccine thing, and our eyes were opened to what's really going on, and how to really help a little guy's immune system develop and get primed by childhood illnesses so that it's really strong. And so we do a lot of things to keep them very safe and also thriving, and can achieve all of their abundance, so that we're not limiting them. And so that's one of my big motivations. And so what could be cool is to notice, what's your big motivation? Like, what's really important to you? What's really important? And to get really certain of it. And then you could place an intention, if you want, on what you want to do for your life, for the next 6 months, for the next month, for the next week, for the day, and have your intention of what you want, what's really important to you. And then you can start to see what could line up with it. Now, the interesting thing about that I've noticed is, one of my coaches recently told me to look through your day and to notice what your actions are. Like, what are you doing? And if you can ask yourself a question, does this action that I'm doing for this hour, or for this 5 minutes, or for this day, does it line up with my intention? So if you have an intention for business, does it line up for your business? And even though it might be for business, my coach was telling me that eating good food can be an action that lines up for your business, because it keeps you healthy, and doing exercise and taking time with your family. All these things can absolutely be part of an intention for business. And of course, for your health, are you doing things that are the actions for your health, exercising and eating and the right foods, and avoiding certain toxins? So you might look at that, because so many actions you might be checking in and going, wow, that action, it might be useful to watch this TV show, but maybe not 5 episodes of it. So just that kind of idea might be something you want to incorporate. And what I noticed, and what I really want to talk about in this session, which I think is such a valuable and sometimes missing piece to so many people's lives, is one of the things I noticed. When I was a kid, the thing that got me really excited about running was I had a lot of success early on. I was the seventh boy on the cross country team in high school as a freshman. 7 boys got to be on the team, and I was number 7. And that summer, I ran 6 miles 6 days a week for the entire summer. And then as a sophomore, I was the number 1 guy. I tied with the number 1 guy. Sometimes I was the number 1 guy. I was right up there, and I had a lot of fun, and ran a 5-minute 8-second mile as a freshman, which for me at the time, that was really good. Now I realize I could have a lot more potential if I had been doing a lot of stuff, the way I just described. But I had a lot of success, and I had a really good coach, a guy that actually told me in junior high, he was my political science teacher, and he said, you should come out for the cross country team as a freshman because I'm the coach. And so I did. I didn't play football, which I loved, and I instead went out for cross country, and it changed my life, and that coach changed my life. And then I went to Texas, Del Rio, as a sophomore, and I had a coach that was a sprinter coach, but he didn't know distance running, and I didn't progress very well in high school. I didn't run the kind of times that were really part of my potential. The coach just didn't know what was going on. And in the summer, I would train myself and run much better in the summer track meets. My last year, he asked me, what are you doing? And I told him, and so he started using that for the rest of the kids after I left. But and then I went to Texas A&M, and I had a good coach, but he was another sprinter coach, and he wasn't totally dialed in the things that I know now that could have improved us. And so I went through, and I was pretty good, but not up to my potential in college. After college, then I found a couple of coaches, one that had competed at a world-class level, and another one that coached at a university level, and they were both distance coaches, and they both knew how to coach distance runners. And so then in my 20s and 30s, I got all of my personal best times in the marathon and 5K and all the different events. And so I had a lot of fun in my 20s and 30s because I had a good coach. And so one of the things that you might want to consider is who might be your coach. I'm a coach. I coach people to get healthy and happy and whole and get success in their life. And when you start to look, it might be something that you want to consider, because if somebody can give you information where you're not doing the things that are hurting you or not part of your goal, and can point you to certain things that do really well. There goes my GoPro. Let me turn that guy off. And then you can save yourself a lot of time. So that's been my experience, and I wanted to get that to you as a possibility that if you're looking for some kind of success in something, business or life goals or health goals or something, who's your coach, your teacher, the healer? Who's the person that already knows how to do it, that can shortcut your success? And that's been my experience. And so that's why I have a lot of coaches now, and really benefit from that. When I go through gaps without a coach, my progress really wanes and even goes back down a bit. So it's quite interesting. It's almost energetic, but there's also something about real world things to do if you just knew what to do. So I want to leave that with you today, and hear what you think. And so let me know what your intention is for your life and what actions you're taking, and if coaching is something that you might consider. So whether you use my work or someone else's work, I found that to be quite useful, and hope this helps you. I'll do another video tomorrow. I think tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes. And I do 6 of these a week, and I'll see you all soon. All right. Ralph Havens signing off. Comment below, subscribe. Let me know what's up. Let me know what your intentions are for your life, and I will see you all soon.